Welcome, everyone. We're live. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And it is Friday. It is Friday. And you know what that means. We made it through the week. Now, today, I don't know. That's usually the response when you ask someone something. I don't know. They always say, I don't know. That's what they'll say to you first. I don't know. Depending on where they're from, say, me no know. Or if you're a Bajan, I ain't know. Mm? But we all say at some point in time, I do not know. You see, we always know. We always know. Whether you know, oh, this is going to be a challenge, or whether you know, oh man, I don't have what it takes. Doesn't matter. We always know. So the way through the situation is to recognize perhaps you may be afraid to do what you know. Hmm? Sometimes we may be afraid. Examine it before you say, I don't know. Before you say that, catch yourself because you do know. And when you realize that you do know, you will ask yourself, why? Why? I I don't know. But then as soon as you say it, catch yourself. Yes, you do. And you're not doing it because chances are you may be afraid. That is usually the number one thing. People are usually afraid. But, but you don't buckle under your fear. Did you hear that? You do not buckle under your fear. You don't buckle under your fear. You question it. Why am I afraid? That's what you do. You ask the question, why am I afraid? Why would you ask that question? Because you want to know the answer. You want to know the answer. You see, when you know the answer, there's peace in the answer. There's freedom in the answer. This is what I'm trying to convey. All those things accompany the answer. Because if you say, well, I don't know. I don't know why I'm like this. What are you doing? You've now intentionally put blinders on your eyes. Intentionally? No. You've put blinders on your eyes. You do not simply give in to, I don't know. You see, sometimes when we say, I don't know, as I mentioned, we could be afraid. And that's usually what it is, because I'll tell you right now, sometimes when you're angry, you don't even want to stop to ask why. You just act. Hmm. We give in far too easily. When in actuality, if we would examine the present situation, we would know exactly why. We'd know exactly why we're reaching the conclusion that we're reaching. You see, this is the whole purpose. This is the whole point. It's the whole purpose. It's the whole point is to know. Why? Because we always know. Uh-huh. We always know. Because it's the first principle. The all is mind. The universe is mental. Right? That's what it is. See, when you say, you know what? Maybe I was scared. Maybe I was. I don't even know why I'm scared. And upon further examination, we may be afraid to fail. May be afraid to succeed. That's a new one, isn't it? Afraid to succeed. Mm, right? Either way you look at it, it is contrary to what you want. Because here we are, right? Secretly desiring something. Mm, we're secretly desiring it, which means nobody knows because they can't see it, they can't hear it. Only you can. Remember what to do. See? I really want to say it in such a way that you get it. The moment you acknowledge why you are afraid, you've just set yourself free from that thing. Oh, you didn't know? Well, now you do. See what I did there? The moment you acknowledge why you are afraid is the moment you've set yourself free from it. Why? Because then you can recognize what fear is and the reason why you felt it in the first place. That's all. When you recognize what it is, you're like, shoot, you know what? I can't fail. Do you know that you cannot fail? That's the part most people don't know, is that they cannot fail. Yeah, but Angela, I didn't get what I wanted. I got the opposite of what I wanted. I failed. No, you will never get the opposite. As within, so without. As above, so below. You will always get exactly that which you are on the inside. So if you know that, do you see how you just banished fear? Because whatever you have on the inside is what you will experience on the outside. So when you know that, what have you to fear? Nothing. It just means you got to get the inside right. That's what I'm conveying to you. We don't have to hope. We don't have to try and figure it out. We need to know. We need to know. It's going through my, as soon as I said it that second time, I was like, I need to know. Tell me, baby girl, 'cause I need to know. I need to know, right? You do need to know. You must know. And that's why I'm saying that we always do. It's not hidden from you. All this fretting, unnecessary fretting that we do comes from a place of fear. Because we do not believe in the reality of our own imaginal act. Hmm. Hmm. What are you going to do about that? If we would constantly remind ourselves, you know what? All I need to do is get the clarity. That's it. Get clarity, and you'll stop saying, I don't know. Get clarity. Not to be confused with Claritin, to deal with your itchy, watery red eyes and your allergies. Not the same thing. Clarity, let me explain clarity to you. If you and I met, and I was sitting across from you, and I said, what is it that you want out of life? What is it that you want out of life? If you can sit there and paint the picture for me, you know how we get? We sigh and then we say, oh, well, let me tell you what I want out of life. I want to live a life that is ... Oh, and you know what? I'm doing this in my new life ... That's what happens. You sit there and you start telling that story. And you tell the story, paint the picture. When you can do that, you have clarity. And when you have clarity, what happens? As within, so without. That is exactly what happens. So when you know that, now you don't have to pretend, you don't have to fake it, you don't have to hope for the best. See, let it sink in for a moment. Because we want what we want. We want what we want. There is no justification in what you say you want to become. You cannot earn it. see? When you know. So here again, how do you know? When you can sit or stand and paint the picture for me. In other words, when you get clarity on a desire, not the how, but what will you be doing? Begin to tell me all about it. Begin to tell me all about it. Girl, I'm gonna do this and this and this and this, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, you see how it makes you feel to even tell the story? hmm Once you can tell that story, you can rest assured that what that story was on the inside is now what your experience will be on the outside. I don't have anything else to tell you because you already now know. You know the next time you're tempted to go, I don't know, you will stop yourself and you will say, well, let me get some clarity. Because I want to be able to tell Angela what it is I want to experience. Because I know if I can paint that picture and say this, and blah, 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 and I know that I have clarity, well, in the moment that I recognize that I have clarity, the moment I recognize it, I've just set myself free. I want to break free, right? So now that you're free, don't go back. Are you kidding? You don't go back. But I get it. Sometimes we go backwards because it's the most familiar thing we've always done. So until this new, whatever that is, that picture that you've painted, whatever that new thing is, keep painting it. Remember what Neville said. Step 1, know what you want to become. Step 2, experience or rehearse in imagination what you would be doing if you became the man or the woman you wanted to be. And then you allow yourself to be penetrated and saturated by the feeling of it, which you get the moment you start thinking about it. And then when you start talking about it and telling me all about it, oh, well, ooh-wee. It makes sense. So stop saying, I don't know, because you do know. And now you know how to recognize what clarity is. There, let us welcome everyone into the space today, shall we? Mary, darling. Well, it depends on how you say Mary. It's just Mary. Jackie, Harry, phenomenal. Welcome, Mary, dearest. I see you in these YouTube streets. Now, you're the only one who's made yourself known in the chat. For the others who's not made themselves known, I see you. Hello, it's symmetric. I see you too. I see you in these Twitter streets. It is beautiful to see you. Surreal and honey, I see you. Listen, I'm glad you guys are here. I am. So I don't want to keep you. But what I will say to you is this. Stop saying I don't know. It's only a habit that you're saying it. Because we're so used to saying it. Remember what a habit is? Something you do the same way every time. So we are just comprised of a series of habits because we've practiced them incessantly. So to say, oh, I don't know, well, that is a habit as well. But if you check yourself and realize, wait a minute, I'm just a little scared. I don't need to be scared. I need to be clear. See? I don't need to be scared. I need to be clear. Because when you are clear, you've planted the seed. And once a seed is planted, well then, it grows. And then we reap the harvest. Oh, but Angela, I still don't get it. It's okay. Anytime you're out and about today and somebody asks you a question, instead of saying, I don't know, you can say, well, I don't have clarity on the situation at the moment. Because you don't. You don't presently have clarity. That's what you don't have. That's what you do know, is it not? And why do we focus on what we do know? Because when we focus on what we do know, we point ourselves in the direction of the change we want to become in the world. That's what we're doing. So now, instead of saying, I don't know, what do? We practice step 2, which is experiencing or rehearsing in imagination what we would be doing in reality if we were the man or the woman we wanted to be. And that is what sets you free. When you turn and say, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Can I paint this picture? Can I tell the story? And you begin to rehearse. Select your audience and begin to rehearse. That's what you do. So you see, it doesn't get any easier than that, does it? Nope. Recap one more time. I don't know. As soon as listen, before it even comes out of your mouth, you know what you want to say because you've heard it in the back of your head. So you catch yourself, you go, wait a minute. I just don't have clarity on the situation. Let me spend some time and get clarity. Let me get a clear image. Because what I'm going to rehearse is this one thing that I know I'd be doing if I were the man or the woman I wanted to be. And you begin to rehearse and rehearse. Because naturally, that's what we do. Naturally, it is what we do. But we either will rehearse the good, the bad, or the indifferent. But we're always going to rehearse it. That's what we do. And the moment you can paint that picture and tell me, listen, if you can see the sequence, because it's sparkly and shiny, if you can see it or if you can feel it under your fingertips, feels kind of rough. If you can paint that picture, well, then you have clarity. And what do you know that happens to clarity? When things are clarified within, they reproduce themselves on the outside in your world. So you can say, oh my God, what a coincidence. When in actuality, it is not a coincidence. It was you and I who took the what? The initiative to become clear. So that way, we don't have to say, well, Lord willing. We don't have to say, well, it may or may not happen. I shouldn't put all my eggs in one basket. You know what we say, 'cause we crazy, The moment you become clear in what it is that you want to become, the moment you gain clarity on that, see how it makes you feel? Oh, yes. Like there's a fire all shot up in your bones. Yeah. See how good it makes you feel. Then that's step 3. Revel in that good feeling as you rehearse. Revel in how good it makes you feel. Yes. Let it sink in. Now, I didn't say Michael and I didn't say Miss McQueen. Hey, y'all. So this morning when you hear the chime, I don't know that you'll hear bird song because he's fast asleep. Poor thing works so hard. I swear most of his days spent talking about how can I escape my mama. I'm just kidding. He doesn't say that. He says, ooh, how can I get a little closer to my mama? And I say, ow, I'm here, baby. I'm always here for you. So I don't know if he'll sing this morning. But when you hear the chime today, when you hear the chime, remember, I do know. Yeah, see? Nice. Let me get that chime. Let me get that chime. Flip smiles is in the house. Countdown initiated. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Much love to each and every one of you. on this glorious, glorious day. Indeed. Remember tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we'll be talking all things kymetics, all things sound, for just about an hour. Oh yes, because sound has a beautiful power. Oh, indeed it does. So, go forth today, and what now? Know. Go forth today and know. What do you know? What do you know? You know that once I have clarity in a situation, then its fulfillment is inevitable. Because the clarity is the blueprint, the stencil, if you will. Yes? And you know if you have a stencil, you can draw, can you not? So now, the clear image that you have in your mind's eye about the way, and how do you know you have clarity? When you can sit there and tell me all about the life you want to experience. That's how you know you've got clarity. So, Twitter, you know I love you, and I'll see you Monday. I'll see you on Monday for morning inspiration. But tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard, we will do kymetics. And when I'm done the workshop, I go to work. Yay! Anywho, you know I love you. I do. Peace out. Twitter is closed. YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. Thank you all for being here. If I didn't call your name on YouTube, Facebook, or TikTok, that's because you didn't tell me who you were. But I see you nonetheless. I see you. Peace out.